Hey, what's up everyone? Just wanted to do a little video on the update of what's going on in the summertime. You're looking at a 2004 GTI. This was a track car or streetable track car that I was working on a while ago. It's been, I'd say, probably 2 or 3 years now since last time this car drove. From then I put this car aside and I got a 2002 IS 300, which I started drifting, so that kind of changed. I didn't have the time and the energy to get this car fixed up again. So just want to quickly run through. I got this car with undercarriage. It looked like somebody just installed Coney coilovers right before I got it, and I don't know what they were doing with the car. They were probably racing around the streets and hit a curb because it was a broken oil pan, and I do still have a small crack on the transmission. It leaks. It's seeping a little bit of oil, but it hasn't really gotten worse or leaking pretty bad, so I'm just keep running it like that. But anyways, after I got it, the engine mounts were broken, the power steering pump was hit, and so I got the power steering pump, the pulley, the oil pan done. As soon as the car was running, I went with stage 2 engine mounts. Some of them are, I think this mount, the right side mount passenger, I bought the whole forest, black forest one, and this one received the inserts. So did the driver's side engine mount. We just got the poly inserts in those stage 2. They had 3 different stages of mounts. From then on, I did lower control arms from a TT. They have longer spindles, which changes the steering geometry and the input of the steering when you're on the track. I did a little bit of fabrication. I did not know how to weld aluminum, but somehow I got some of this welded. This was supposed to be a stiffener between the 2 control arms. Plus, it serves as I have a splitter that goes on this aluminum bracket, bolts on here. These are homemade air ducts that fed air to the calipers and the front brakes. They worked really cool. 275s with STR wheels. They're not the lightest. Nero NT05 tires, 275 4017. The car was pretty fast on the track with a 2.8. I think stock makes 205 horsepower. With the intake, I've had another one of these. I dynoed it before with an intake. It made 187 to the wheels and 186 torque. So it was quite powerful, or maybe underrated from factory, claiming 205 at the flywheel. Anyways, but yeah, there's still some undercarriage damage. Didn't care much for that. I raced it at the track. I had to cut the fenders out to fit the 275s. And we went to PG, believe this was 2017, and after I installed an oil cooler and sandwich plate over here with the sensors, we had an oil leak after a session, a 20-minute session. So came in, turns out that I had I can't see over here, but the thermostat cover, which I did not check when I installed everything. I should have unbolted it and checked on the bench. It started leaking. It's just a plug on the side. I don't know if you can see it right there. And we took it off on the track, tried to fix it real quick, and somebody was helping me, and the thermostat itself fell out with the spring and the plunger, and I guess because we were rushing so quick, we just put it back together the wrong way, and off she went for the first timed lap. It was Sunday. It was gonna be my first timed lap, and it did not make it a full lap. I let a friend of mine drive it, and yeah, I didn't know what was going on. He said the car felt slow, and it didn't even make a lap, and the engine let go. And here is what happened. Look at that rod sticking out of the block. Peekaboo. Bend the oil dipstick tube. Then it cracked the coolant after pump, or whatever you call it. Now I'm gonna need one of those. Anyways, the oil pan stayed intact, and everything else seems to be all good with it. And for a replacement, I bought a 2004 VR6 out of a touareg. So it's got a completely different oil pan. The head is a little bit, I don't think it's different, but the valve cover is definitely different. The timing covers might be slightly different, and the other thing that's might be a problem, I'm not sure about the timing covers and whatever it's gonna be, but we'll figure it out, and hopefully we get a 3.2 instead of a 2.8 and a bump of about 40 horsepower. And hopefully in about 2 weeks we'll have this running again if everything goes smooth. We'll see. So this is the update on the 2004 VR6.